Hello.
Hey.
Shall we start?
I think everyone is here.
Okay. You
I
got a
don't know if
first one,
Camille,
Omar?
I don't know if Camille wants to join or not. Okay. So yeah, for today I have some demo, which is basically I want to demo the work that I have been doing regarding GDK with users being able to log in on 2 cells. Let me start because it's gonna take some time to set up. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay. Can you see my screen? Cool. Okay. So basically, I'm gonna now, like, I have one GDK running. I hope the font is big enough. I have only one GDK running. I already have the branches that, of course, they haven't been merged yet. I will follow the same steps that Tong has done before and documented regarding setting up the second GDK, and we'll see how this works. I only tested it once. I hope it's gonna work again. So yeah, the same steps now. Basically cloning GDK into GDK2. Okay, that was that, and then this one. Yeah, and then like running the script that I already modified. Okay, now I did something wrong. I should have been on the root of GDK. Sorry. I need to start over again. So cloning GDK, and then this environment variable here, and then running the script, which I mentioned, like I modified to set up to modify GDK2. This is gonna take some time to run. So in the meanwhile, I will go over the details a little bit. I commented on that before, but maybe while it's running, I will take some time to just explain what I have been doing. I promised before that I wanted to do diagrams for the cells project and put them on the blueprint. So I was practicing a little bit with the work on the GDK here. Hopefully we can take that and modify it later for how it's going to look on production. Basically, that's basically the idea. Like GDK1 is running 2 databases, okay? CI database and main database. The main database, we are splitting the tables into GitLab main and GitLab main cluster wide. I mean, of course, it's going to be called GitLab main cells, but we are still classifying the tables. The challenge with users being logged in into GDK2 automatically once we log in GDK1 was to make the Rails application pointing to the user sessions on GDK1. And this is the approach that we are going to take on production as well. Maybe in the beginning, just pointing to the same Redis, or maybe later taking this Redis and putting it somewhere else, the Redis that we use for sessions, so that it's not part of the cell anymore. And for GDK, we use just one Redis server. but we are just splitting the different use cases of Redis into different databases within Redis, different than production. Production, we have different cluster for each use case. And there was three things that needed to be done. Basically, we needed to tell Rails in JDK2 that where the sessions Redis of JDK1. And the other thing was copying the key, which is used to encrypt the sessions. And the other thing also, the key on which we store the sessions on JDK1. And this is that was it's three things need to be changed. And I already submitted one merge request that's almost going to be merged, hopefully today, by Manoj, to actually configure JDK2 to choose the right so that we can change the sessions key, because it was fixed. JDK was all the time or GitLab was generating a unique key based on the root of JDK. Yeah, that's basically it. The script is, I hope that I clarified a little bit. I hope the diagram helps. We are still, this is going to take some time. Let me know if you have any question. And let me know if you have any ideas about how to take this diagram here and make it, put it also on the sales blueprint. Yeah, this takes some time.
I wonder if I can speed this up or not. It's mostly GitLab. Takes about 5 minutes, I think.
Yeah, probably. I mean, we can discuss some other points in on the meeting and then come back to this later if you want.
That's me then.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, it should fit. So
I will stop sharing the screen.
Thanks, Omar.
For now.
We'll come back to you after this. So I think so what I've been doing for the last week is finding cross database transactions between users and members and similar things, like users and projects, for example. So you can have a look, and correspondingly, I've opened an epic. I should probably link the epic. An epic of issues to fix this cross database transaction. So this merge request just identifies and marks them as allowed for now. Yeah. So I'll link the epic later. But the main thing is more of a complaint is active record callbacks are not fun. The implicity of a transaction, and it's not great. To try and untangle that. The second thing is we have this cross database ignore tables. Can't remember who created it. Was it Omar? Did you create that?
Yeah, the ignore tables. Yes, it's me.
Oh, cool. Do you know it will get ignored for GitLab CI schema as well? So I know we definitely do want to ignore for cluster wide and main, but let's just say we ignore user, and there's a transaction that has a users table and a CI table. Will it get ignored?
I mean, it's gonna ignore any table. I mean, it has nothing to do with main. It's gonna ignore any tables that you specify. So if you specify, I think in the testing that I was doing.
Yeah.
No, I did it on GitLab main cluster wide, but it's the same.
Right. But is it possible to only have it ignore only between GitLab cluster wide and GitLab main cell, but have it trigger for GitLab main in GitLab CI.
But why are you concerned about ignoring CI tables if because like you can specify the tables that you want to, you can specify only the tables that you want to ignore.
Well,
like if you specify users and members, for example, like it's not gonna ignore CI.
yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true, because it's the tables that you ignore on the other side. Okay, that's fine then. I think that's specific enough then. Yeah. I was worried. There's more worried about future code coming up that we miss, but that's all good. Cool. Is yours done? Is the compiling done?
Let me see. I'm just like writing down my answer. Yeah, okay. So it's just finished running. Let me share my screen again. Now it's just a moment of truth. Okay. Can you see my screen again? Cool. So this is GDK1 3000. I haven't modified anything, I promise. I just ran the script. So yeah, GDK1 takes some time. Okay, so I can okay, let me see GDK2 is also here. So no, this is I need to modify the URL. I added this bookmark today. So GDK2 is also up and running, hopefully. Maybe it's still not fast. I just want to make sure that we are also not logged in on GDK2. It's always a bit slow in the beginning when it starts. Maybe because of compiling the JavaScript assets, and I haven't switched to the new solution that we have added recently. I forgot the name. Byte, I think. Okay, no, it's not there yet. Yeah, slow. Sometimes like the first time when I started, it says like, yeah, there's like time out, but the second time is gonna be good.
Yeah, I get that too.
GDK1 is still fast. Yeah, everything is up and running. Puma, that's slow, not okay. Cool. Okay, so this is GDK2. I just refreshed again just to make sure. Yeah, okay. We are not logged in. So now if I try to sign in here, so I signed in on the first GDK. Let's see now on the second GDK. Okay, that works. Cool. So as you have seen, I just signed in on GDK1 and I was automatically signed in on GDK2. And we can verify that by we can click on inspect application cookies. So we can see that the cookie name on GDK1 is the same as in GDK2. It's the same thing. Like there's some unique key here. I did that in a way that also so I made GDK2 copy the same unique key of GDK1 so that we don't break any, like if like users already signed in on GDK, they are not going to be signed out. I mean, maybe it's not a big deal for GDK. People can sign in again. It's a development development environment. Yeah, so let's try like, okay, now GDK1, I can sign out, or let me try to sign out from GDK2 instead. So here, sign out. Okay, there's, this is the, we should not sign out in the demo, maybe because this is the problem of the namespaces that we talked about before, that when the user is modified. So that's something we need to take into consideration. Okay, but are we signed out? Okay, no. So we cannot sign out from cell 2. Let's sign out from cell 1. Okay, and let me get back to cell 2. Okay, I'm signed out. So that's a problem if we want to sign out from session 2. Or maybe also if we try to log in from cell 2, we might get the same error because of the namespaces. So yeah, maybe we solved the problem, but yeah, that's something we need to discuss. I didn't try it before. I tried it now for the first time. That's basically it for the demo. I think we can. It should be enough for us if we do the sign in, sign out from cell 1 for the purpose of the demo until we solve the problem of the user namespaces. Any question? Okay, I'm gonna
awesome
stop
work.
sharing
Thank
my
you.
screen. Thanks. So now we can, if you don't have any question, we can move to point number 3. Christina?
Sorry, was on mute. So I've linked to a proposal for the iteration 4 demo. I think for iteration 3, we're quite clear that we want to achieve being able to create a project on a cell, so very similar to the group's work. I've discussed this with Camille a bit yesterday, that we're creating quite a large backlog now of issues that need to be fixed either by us or other teams for cross joins, transactions, and so on and so on. That we will focus up until and including iteration 4 to just get things working. So we'll only fix the items that are absolutely necessary to get the demos out. So we're kind of broadening the scope. And in iteration 4, we were discussing that we want to have the ability to create an organization on a cell, and then in that organization to create a group and a project. Once we have achieved that, we would go back and revisit all these cross-join issues and coordinate with the other teams. So that's more just from the planning strategy side. What I would need your help with from the engineering side is to go in, check the demo plan, see if that's reasonable, and then work backwards with me to decide what issues we really need to create to achieve what's described for the demo. So you will see in the blueprint that I've linked to below in the iteration plan that we have a couple of work streams that we defined would be necessary for iteration 4, but I think to scope it to something concrete, we orient against the demo. So that's the goal. So anything we need to get routing working so we can use a single domain to interact with cells, like those are the issues we need to create. And then from there on, we fill the gaps moving forward. Does that make sense? Or do you have any questions?
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, I was wondering what is iteration 4, but Christina, you linked to the blueprint iteration plan, and I see that a lot of essential workflows have been pushed to iteration 5 and beyond. So okay, that makes
Yeah, we
more
updated
sense.
that just a few days ago.
Yeah, but yeah, maybe we want to update the epic as well.
Yes, I have. Have I added those? Oh yeah, okay, I'll move those out. Good catch. I'll make it a bit smaller. So I'll move those to the later iteration
Okay, cool.
epic, and then we can focus on just that. I think that gives also quite a clear guideline for the organization. So that's good. And then we can give something to other teams to test with and to play around with cells. So that would be the main goal. As for the iteration 2 demo, where are we? How far are we? I think I've seen there's like 2 issues that are still open blocking the demo, and they were quite big. So I'm just wondering if we will manage to get this done by this milestone, or if we expect it to be completed in the next one, also for planning, because I owe you a proposal today or tomorrow.
I think one of the 2 issues that you mentioned is the one I'm working on, the shared sessions. So there's still another MR that I need to do for GDK. So, I mean, it's working. We have seen it's working, but maybe there will be some concerns about the implementation. But because it's like GDK, hopefully, if there's something blocking, we can still like make a delayed issue for it and get that merged. So this one, yeah, basically working. I don't know what the other issue.
Let me check.
I think Manoj is working on regarding foreign keys.
Routes. Okay. Foreign keys is merged, so it's just the routable left.
Yeah, optimize routable dot find path by avoiding joins.
Oh yes, I was going to merge it, but then it needs database approval.
Okay.
Because we keep losing database approval whenever Manoj pushes a new thing. I've assigned to Dylan to merge it tomorrow or when he's online next. So that looks hopeful.
Okay.
So we should be good.
Cross fingers. All right. I think for 16.5, I'll keep it light on the cross joins so we can move into creating a project on a cell. Since that seems overseeable, I think we'll probably create another bunch of epics around cross joins from there, but we can do those later if they're not necessary. And then tick this off, hopefully. So that's the plan. Okay. Anything else we need to go over? No?
Anything else?
All right. See you maybe later in the meeting or next week then. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.